Okay, so we're here, the Greystone Lodge on the river. Like tornado and flash flooding alerts and amber alerts. We're here. This is a $200 view.
I smell the sun, I feel the breeze, but in my heart I hear the calling of my old home, Tennessee.
So this is pretty cool. We're on the, what's this called, Julie?
Treetops.
Why the wind chooses when and where
You go down to the front desk, they give you free toothbrushes. What do you guys think of that?
It was really cool. Core memory.
Come here, do it.
You gotta do it. So how was breakfast, guys? That was amazing. It was, if you're in Gatlinburg and you're on the strip, that's the strip right behind us. It's called the Pantry, sorry, the Pancake Pantry. It's the oldest pancake house.
The first one.
Oldest, obviously, the first one in Tennessee. It's amazing. Come check it out.
Right next to the village.
It's right next to the village. It's called the
amazing.
Pancake Pantry. It's amazing. The buttercream on the pancakes. Oh. So the good thing with Gatlinburg is they've got this trolley system, and it's all color coded, as you can see here, all different colors, and they go to different parts of the city or the town and the strip, and it's absolutely free. You just have to find where you want to go and find out what color it is, and then you hop on for free and you get off at designated stops. These are the designated stops by the traffic lights. And the best thing about our hotel, the Greystone, it is right next to the trolley center. So today we decided to do something a little different here in Tennessee. We decided to go away from the strip and stuff like that in Gatlinburg. And this is about 40 minutes outside Gatlinburg. It is called Forbidden Caverns. It's some caves. We're going to go explore some caves. Come with us. We're inside here waiting now. And apparently, Julie says we just walk into there. That door takes us into the cave. I'm a little suspicious about that. So we just got this information as we checked in. It said limit your photography, no tripods or video. So I'm not going to be able to video for you guys, but maybe I'll take some photographs for you guys and show you what it's all about.
I was asked what the green coloring is. You may have noticed it as we've been coming through. What's happening is the lights are warming up this stone, so it's letting algae grow. You may see some grass or you may see some moss. 1919 to 1943, there was an active moonshine still down by the river where we're going to be going in a few minutes. In 43, law enforcement broke up the moonshine still. They intended to take everything up to the surface, but ended up leaving all of this here. The moonshiners brought everything in to set up their moonshine still in parts and pieces. They assembled it down by the river and everything to operate it and maintain it on their backs through this natural entrance. So we're now 150 feet below the surface. It looks a little bit cloudy right now. Normally it's crystal clear, but we had some storming a couple of days ago, and that water's making its way through. This is a replica of a moonshine still. So this is where the moonshiners had their operation set up. You're welcome to take a picture before we move on if you would like.
So we just came out of the caves. What do you guys think?
It was cool.
It was cool. Yeah. Was it cold? We wore sweaters.
It was cold, but it wasn't freezing.
It wasn't freezing, but that was cool. Nice little getaway from the strip and all the commercial stuff. And we were 200 feet under the ground. At one point, we were under, what was it? Under a river? Yeah. Cool. Okay. They went the wrong way. We have a reservation for dinner. So it's dinner time. We're checking out Jason Aldean's new kitchen rooftop restaurant in here. They just texted saying our reservation is ready. Megan, you gotta get your parents to bring you to Gatlinburg and come to Jason Aldean's restaurant, and you hear all country music. So we're back today, and it's a whole new day. Now, what happened last night, somebody got sick. Now, I know that you probably noticed that in the video, we went from dinner, Jason Aldean's, which was a great dinner, by the way, and then we had a little bit of footage of the mountain coaster, stuff like that. But someone in the family got a stomach bug or a stomach illness or something. I don't know whether it's something I ate or something, I don't know, but it's all better now. It's all good. But this is just a little lesson to say, when you go on these vacations, whether it's camping or not, take a first aid kit, take some medication. Make sure you have like stuff like that for instance like this. Make sure you have Gravol. Make sure you have like Pepto-Bismol and stuff like that. And because these things are bound to happen. It has nothing to do with the restaurants. Has nothing to do with where you are. It's just human nature. Stuff like it's gonna happen. So I'm all better now. It's day, I don't even know what day it is, but it's a new day, and no more stomach issues here, and we're continuing on our trip. So let's go do something very Titanic. But before we go to the Titanic, and I know that's old, we're gonna go check out something that's super, super old. Actually, I don't know which is older. I'll find out. Okay, so this is officially older than the Titanic. This is the first house that was ever built in what is known as Gatlinburg now. It probably wasn't called Gatlinburg back then. This was built in 1802. That's right, 1802. So this is over 220 years old. This is a nice little tiny cottage or little house, all made of wood that Gatlinburg preserved. Let's go take a look inside. So this is inside. They have it all set up here for people to come and view and look at. And a little guest book you can sign here. This little bed. And then this was a living quarters, I guess. They're taking donations there. And look how old this is. Some books with some old photos. This is great. A rocking chair. There's the fireplace you can see from the outside with the chimney. And look at the ceilings. This is great. And there's somebody there to answer any questions you have, if you have any. And of course, every house from this era has to have what is the only thing you can survive with back then was a firearm for hunting, for protection. So this is called the Ogle Log Cabin. Ogle was the family that built this. This was actually built originally. It was located down by the river, which is just around the corner there. Then it was located to where Anakisa is now. And then just recently in the last 15 years or so, they've moved it to this location here. So it's moved a few times according to the lady that gave us all the information in there. And this is, hopefully it's going to be his last and final resting home for it to be showcased and shown to everyone. This was the Ogle family. This was their house that they lived in. This is amazing. Over 220 years old. Okay, so the whole story behind that is basically Mr. Ogle and his family is from South Carolina. He came up here and built this by hand. He cut down all the trees and everything and built it by hand. Went back to South Carolina and picked up his family of 5 boys and 2 girls and his wife, Martha, in the picture there. And they all came back here. And sadly, he died 1 year after they got here. And after he built that whole home for the family, he came down with some illness. Back then, once you get an illness, that's it, you're dead. There's no medicine. So he died, unfortunately. And the wife raised the kids and the family and stuff like that by herself. And then they moved back to South Carolina afterwards. So continuing on our things that are old, the Titanic. 1917 is when it sunk. We're gonna go check it out. Not the actual Titanic way, way, way down, but the next best thing. So this is the center main anchor. It weighed 16.8 US tons, which is about 34,000 pounds. And then the 2 starboard and port anchors, they were half that, which is not only, but 17,000 pounds. This is some huge weight.
Made at the end today. And just make sure cell phones are silent or vibrate. No photos until you're upstairs on the 2nd floor. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I got a boarding pass. My name is George Rossenshine. I'm first class passenger, 45 years old. I'm from New York City, New York. Who are you, Abby?
Helen Newsome. I'm 19.
19.
First class passenger.
These are your audio flares. So wear them like a necklace. Yes, bottled water is fine.
Thank you.
All right. Little medallions just like this one. They'll be on walls and on display cases throughout the galleries. Just type in the number you want to listen to, and then just hold it up to your ear like a phone. Now we have a children's version. They're the red medallions like this.
Okay.
All you have to do is type in the number and then listen. You don't even have to hit the play button anymore. Now, of course, once you're inside, the video recording will be.
I can't record anywhere past here, so I'll try to take photos to show you guys.
And your tour does continue on this side, or you can also take our elevator. When it comes to photos, you can take photos on the whole 2nd floor of stairs, and also on the opposite side of the grand staircase. We'll go down that side at the very end of your tour.
Okay, we're on the 2nd floor now, and now I can take videos and pictures. Well, at least they said pictures, but they didn't say anything not to take videos. So, incredible tour on the 1st floor. So much information, so much pieces to see. Oh, it's amazing so far. Okay, so this is 7:40 p.m. on the night of. This is where the iceberg was just before it got hit, and this is how cold it was on the deck of the Titanic. It's pretty cold. And then you can feel the water.
Oh, that's freezing.
You can feel how cold the water is.
I'm trying to keep my hand in there and my hand's going numb. I can't even, it hurts to move my fingers.
Is it cold?
It feels like it's literally pinching, it hurts.
Oh, let me test it out.
It's so steep and I don't like it. Okay, let's try the second one. How did they not see this from farther and turn it quicker? Were they all sleeping?
I don't know. Oh, you may do it, buddy. You may do it.
Always got it. But it's imagine how heavy
Oh,
the
no.
wheel was.
You may still hit it. I don't know. It's close. Iceberg looks pretty close. I'll tell you in 6 seconds.
No, I'm gonna crash. How did they not see that?
Oh. You've missed it, yes.
My turn.
Look, how many people missed it, including you. So you get a boarding pass when you first come in with a name on it. And then when you're in this room, you have third class, second class, first class, and then crew. You have to go on the board. It's all alphabetical to see if you survived or if you perished. Pretty fascinating to see. I unfortunately perished. They're all finished. How was that, Abby?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty touching, eh? If that's the word I'm looking for.
Rose. Well, not actually.
You weren't Rose, but
Jack and Rose aren't real.
yeah. Well, actually, we didn't find that out. We'll have to Google search it.
No, I know, but I
She-
told you guys before.
She told us before that she found out
Not real.
that the two main characters from the movie Titanic,
Made it up.
they were made up. They weren't
But
real.
they were based off of two actual characters.
But
I got one of them. I got the girl.
you got Rose?
No, her name's Helen.
Oh.
And
Okay. Anyways,
it's like the same story, but they actually ended up together. They both survived.
yeah. I had my character passed away. Unfortunately, he perished. Everyone else, Julie and Quentin and Abby's character, not character, but person, they
Each get a
survived.
boarding pass.
Yeah, I explained that to them.
Okay.
Quentin, did you have fun?
Yes, it was really cool.
It was cool. It was worth it. If you come here, you gotta check out the Titanic Museum. Hey, look. There's a Tacoma just like ours in Tennessee. Anyways, yeah. You gotta check it out. This is something, it's well worth it. If you're here as a tourist in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, anywhere near around here, come check out the Titanic Museum. It's worth it. Okay, continuing on our old things today. Today's theme is old things. What's even older than the Titanic and older than that little house we saw is alligators. Look at that little alligator. What? It's real. Alligators are super old.
They have all the same shirts and sweaters.
Oh, it is real.
Like the same
look at him.
price.
Wait, it's all by
You see now?
He's by himself.
So this is our last night in Gatlinburg. We're gonna make the most of it. Go walk the strip a little bit. It's a beautiful night, and we had an amazing trip so far. And I don't see why it should end here, as we continue on, bringing you guys scenes and sounds from the beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So we're trying something we've never done before. We're gonna try whiskey tasting.
You're doing a moonshine tasting.
Oh, sorry, moonshine
It is
tasting.
corn liquor and corn whiskey, so you are correct.
Okay, I'm correct. I was corrected by the bartender. It's moonshine. And these are little tasting glasses. Drink about half of it for me.
Drink half of it.
It's like I'm at a dentist.
It's not bad, right?
What is this?
Mountain
Dew and moonshine combined.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Is it back?
I believe in you guys. There you go. So this one,
Good luck.
this one,
That's like really strong.
Bourbon ears. I got you some cocaine.
That's like,
Keep your pinky up and stay classy.
not. Dad, you're gonna die.
alcohol.
So that supper time.
I know. What was
With this
that?
bourbon always available, you can get drunk at any time.
Bernie.
What's this one?
Jalapeno cornbread.
Jalapeno cornbread. Go ahead.
It's exactly like jalapeno
Shoot it.
cornbread. Ready? That's one of my best ones. Alright.
All right.
Go.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Don't do a little bit. Do a little bit.
Ready? 1, 2.
Oh gosh.
Pickle? Pickle? Chase it with a pickle!
It's actually not bad. It's better than the jalapeno cornbread.
So that was fun. That was really fun. And we even got a little taster to take home and try. The whole bottle. So we found out here in the state of Tennessee, they ID everyone, which is good. It's not just like 25 like it is in Ontario, you ID up to 25. Here it's a state law, they have to ID everyone. And they have to, which is good. They said the ABC, I guess the Alcohol Board Commission or whatever ABC stands for, they do spot inspections and they'll make sure that you are IDing everyone and you lose your license if you don't, which is strict, but in a good way. It's funny to hear all different, or it's interesting to hear all different laws depending on where you go. And I know some people in the video are going to say, you know what, you took your kids to a bar while you guys tasted. We're not big drinkers. We're not alcoholics.
I was kidding when I said they were drunk.
We're not drunk. And the kids, actually, we asked them how they liked it, if they were bored, if they want to leave, because we would have left at any time if they said
very much enjoyed it.
They thought it was very interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not just telling you to say that, right?
No, yeah. It wasn't like boring.
Yeah. And we're not drunk.
Say we're not big drinkers.
I do watching my parents.
Yeah, we're not big drinkers. We don't drink a lot. So today's the last day. We're packing up and we're getting back on road today. So today's another driving day, 2 days back. This time we're going to take a different route. This time we're going to go through Ohio and Kentucky and stuff like that. Just change it up a little bit. No other reason. And then you know what? We'll talk about the pros and cons about this trip in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and stuff like that in the car. So if you want to hear about the pros and cons, join us in the car. If not, you can stop right here. Thanks for watching. This is Outdoor Canucks. This is what we do. We travel all over the place, predominantly camping, but every now and then we give you a little treat like this where we go on a nice summer or winter vacation. Thanks for watching. If you don't want to see the pros and cons, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Interesting fact. Gatlinburg has a huge population for black bears. They say upwards of 1,900 bears just in Gatlinburg alone. And they say there's about approximately 2 bears for every square mile. So it would have been cool to see a bear, but I was looking forward to seeing one, like safely, but we didn't see any. So if you're going to Gatlinburg to just see a bear, they say the best time to see it is in the early morning, like dawn, or dusk, just before it gets dark. Those, just like most animals, come out around those times, but bears especially. And if you go deep in the woods, you would see them, obviously, especially if you've got 2 bears for every square mile. Yeah. So next time, maybe. So what I found interesting in this whole entire trip, especially down in Tennessee and the neighboring states down south there, like Virginia and even Kentucky and stuff like that. Not so much up here in the northern states like New York, obviously, and Ohio and Michigan. But down there, we looked around. Trust me, we looked around. There was tons of different states, plates from different states and stuff like that. Not one Canadian plate, not one Ontario plate, nothing from anywhere in Canada.
Surprised me.
Yeah, really surprised. But we did find one person from Canada. We were actually in Tennessee still, and we were at a red light, and he came up beside us and started talking to us. And I just caught maybe the last half of the conversation. Check it out; it's pretty funny. Oh yeah,
Very cool.
Canada really good.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. Freaking $100, $120.
Yeah. To drive here.
How often you have to charge?
But 3 times. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Talk to this guy here.
Oh, the West Indian.
Yeah, he's a West Indian living in Tennessee, originally he stayed sometime in Mississauga. And he stopped us at a light to talk to us. That's great. I don't know if you can hear me, but we're in Michigan. I say that because the highway is so terrible and bumpy and rough and loud that I don't know if you can hear me, but we're close to home. We're in Michigan. This is the 8th state. That's right, 8. 8 states we've crossed through or been in or driven through or stayed in our Gatlinburg trip. 8 states. It's pretty good. I don't think we've ever done that much, even when we went to Florida. Did we do 8 states? I don't know if we did. Because we went the same way we came. And this one we've done a loop. We went a different way. So we see more states. Nearly 2,800 kilometers or 1,700 miles. And we're finally back home. Incident free. The car was amazing. And like always, I didn't think it wasn't going to be. The car was amazing. And in terms of how much it cost us to go down there and back, in terms of supercharging, and I added everything up, just under $200. $200 Canadian to drive down and drive up 1,700 and something miles. Okay, thanks for joining us on this post-trip little Q&A. Not really Q&A, just pros and cons of, we're on our way back now. We just entered Kentucky, so we're officially out of Tennessee. But I guess we can talk for about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes about the pros and cons of Gatlinburg. Not that there's many cons, I guess. Is there anything that you didn't like? That's a no. Okay.
I honestly can't think of it.
Yeah, I'm sure as time goes on, we'll probably think of stuff. But while it's fresh in our heads, I figured we'd talk about it. The funny thing is, I mean, there's really no pros and cons. We can just discuss it, how we like the trip and if it's good for families as a destination. Obviously, it's a good destination. We wouldn't have planned this if we didn't think it was good for families. And I mean, we've got teenagers and just under teenagers for kids. So it's good. We saw tons of different families and different age groups and stuff like that. Old people, young people, yeah, babies and stuff like that. So there's something for everyone. Now, what I found funny before I forget is, unless it has Moonshine in the name or Smoky in the name, it didn't really belong in there. Everything, basically what I'm saying is everything had the name Moonshine or Smoky, which I get it, right? They're playing up on the whole, name and stuff like that for the Smoky Mountains and Moonshine. And the Moonshine thing, the little tasting. There's tastings everywhere. That was just the one Tennessee place we went to.
Many.
Yeah, there's many. But this one seemed to be the most fun, and like the decor and the surroundings was nice, so we chose that one. That guy's in a hurry. But yeah, getting back to the family aspect of it, tons of hotels and things to do. Like, I mean, we only did we researched it. Julie did a lot of the researching and found a lot of things to do there that interested us. But and that's what we showed you that. I mean, and we recommend those. We definitely recommend the Anakeesta thing. And all the stuff we did, but especially Anakeesta.
Anakeesta is a must-see.
Yeah, no matter... Yeah, it is.
For all ages.
All ages, that's what I was thinking when you said...
I saw people taking their strollers up there.
Yeah, the red gondolas, if you have a stroller, you can take the red gondola up there. Or you can take, like we did, we took the Rambler up there. And you can take it back too, but it's always good to do a bit of both.
Bridge Rambler.
But, no, it was... It's something that we highly recommend. You could fly, you could drive. I mean, I was telling Julie, I didn't see... I'm sure there is. I just didn't see it on Google Maps, or I didn't find it. Like a major airport that you would fly into and rent a car and then drive there. I'm sure there is. I just didn't see it. A lot of people drive, and there's lots of parking. We didn't see what the price of parking was because our hotel had free parking, and everything was centered around our hotel. We stayed at
We're a very central location.
Yeah, Greystone Lodge. So parking was included in that, which was good. So we didn't have to pay for parking. But from what I saw, if I remember, parking's anywhere from $10 to $20 typically. What else?
There's trolleys to get you from A to B within Gatlinburg, and they are free.
Yeah. But like I was saying, getting back to the other point too, at the beginning when I was saying, plan it and research it and do what your family, you would think your family would like. Don't just like for any family vacation, I think we said this when we went to the East Coast last year in Halifax. Try to plan this stuff and research it. Do some homework beforehand. Don't
Have
just
an idea.
Yeah, don't go there on a whim. You can. I mean, if you're the type of person that likes to just fly at the seat of their pants and just be very whimsical and do stuff, like that, then yeah, that's fine. You can. We like to plan and have stuff structured and stuff like that. But a lot of these places, you have to plan in advance.
Yeah, you need to book it at least a day in advance, or maybe even further in advance because they run out of space.
Yeah, they do time slots to stagger people, which a lot of places are doing now, which is a good idea. So, everyone doesn't come at 1 p.m. and there's a huge lineup, and at 4 p.m. it's dead. So they spread it out, which is a good idea. So plan it, do your research, and this is all stuff that can be done online. I was debating with Julie. She thinks that we've been planning this for the last 3 years, but no. 3 years ago in 2020 was when we planned to go. And of course, COVID hit with that. But really, probably 2 years even before that, in 2018, we had got the idea from a friend of mine, and we started, throwing around the ideas, started looking into it. So to me, that's when we started talking about it. That's when the initial plannings and rumblings started. So really, this is 5 years in the making for us. So and then we started watching some videos to educate ourselves about it. There's tons of videos on YouTube. That's why I didn't want to make this things to do in Gatlinburg, because there's tons of videos on YouTube.
Well, you need to customize it to your interest.
This is just if you're interested, if you like the stuff that we do on our channel, and you wanted to come along for it, that's why we did this video. Just but like I said, reiterating, you don't have to do the same things we did. They may not interest you. There's so many things. That's Gatlinburg, and it's nice and cozy, and yeah, it's commercialized down on the strip. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. Julie, how did your friend Oksana describe it?
She said it was, if you're familiar with Niagara Falls, Clifton Hill on steroids was her words. Combined with Blue Mountain and Disney.
So yeah, you take those three, you mix it all together. That's really what you get to an extent. If you want to take it up a notch to a different level, then there's Pigeon Forge.
Oh,
and that's an adjacent, a neighboring town just north of Gatlinburg, and it's not even a town. It's bigger. It's more sprawling and bigger, and that is different. It's really 20 minutes away, 15 minutes away, depending on traffic. So it's not far. A lot of people have hotels there because you think there's a lot of hotels in Gatlinburg. There's even more. Pigeon Forge is almost double, and that's Pigeon Forge is where Dollywood is. If you want to go to Dollywood, or if you're familiar with Dollywood. But my point of bringing Pigeon Forge up is whatever you see in Gatlinburg, it's 2 or 3 times more commercialized and more things to do. Things that other than the Titanic, that was in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Everything else was in Gatlinburg, I think that we did, right?
Yeah.
More rustic, more woodsy and everything, Gatlinburg. Pigeon Forge, as much as they try to be rustic and everything, it's very, very urbanized. That is more like Orlando.
It really reminded me of Orlando, to be honest.
Yeah. So if you like that, Pigeon Forge has so many things to do. You could go like you saw in that one part.
There is a mountain coaster on every corner, go-karts in every corner, live crocodiles in stores, and live sharks in stores.
Big on mini golf.
Mini golf everywhere. Every corner.
It's mini golf is the fad if you're a big mini golfer. Yeah. Every place tends to have a mini golf to try to. So yeah, there's no shortage of that if you want to do mini golf. So this is the time where, guys, just unbury your heads from your headphones and your things. Get a kid's point of view, a teenager and an 11-year-old point of view. What did you guys think of our Tennessee vacation?
It was really cool. It's really fun.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Country.
She liked the country vibe.
The country vibe? Yeah. And you liked
country.
You liked all the.
I don't like country. Their part was Anarchista.
Anarchista.
Really, really cool.
See, don't take it from us old folks. Take it from the kids. That Anarchista. I know we keep harping on it, but that's the place to go. You could spend a whole
Views are
day up there.
amazing,
You
yeah.
could spend a whole day up there, but like I recommended in the video, in the other video, yes, do the nighttime one and see that
Astrolumina.
Astrolumina. That will blow your mind. I mean, if you're
an experience.
yeah, and unless you're like very overstimulated and you're the type of person that takes a lot to impress.
You have like epilepsy or something.
Well,
like
no,
that.
then you don't do.
Yeah.
My point is, if unless you're like, if it doesn't impress you, then I don't know what would impress you.
Yeah.
That Astrolumina, that was something like the sights, the sounds. It's like all your senses. Maybe not smell, but all your senses. It vibrates, like the bass and the speakers and everything.
Well, we had the most incredible dinner view ever in my life.
Yeah, and that's something you have to book in advance. Not the dinner, but the whole Anakisa thing.
Yeah, but the dinner, like, it wasn't even overpriced. Like, it was very reasonable. We didn't have to wait an extremely long time. Like, it was
Well, I found a con.
a con.
Yeah.
What?
Land Shark
Oh,
restaurant. Land Shark.
Yeah.
We went, like Julie was saying, that's what made me think of this. Went up top to Anakisa and had dinner there, rooftop, overlooking those beautiful mountains. We thought for sure we're gonna pay a pretty price for that, and it was reasonable. We went to Jason Aldean's Aldean's new restaurant just opened last week. We thought because it's so popular and we'd pay a hefty price. We went to Olive Garden. We thought we'd pay a hefty price. None of our dinners were as expensive as Land Shark. And the funny thing is, the Land Shark, the food, I'm not trashing it, but it wasn't as good as the other places we went to. Definitely not.
No comparison.
So unless you have something huge about Land Shark and Margaritaville and stuff probably not the best place to
Not
eat
our recommendation.
when there's so many other options in terms of price and even quality. Like it was the most expensive meal we had there, and we had like fish and chips and
Basic
hamburgers.
stuff.
Yeah. So anyways, that's probably the only negative or only con I can think of. Everything else is fine. And if you're watching this video much later, this is August 2023, the beginning of August. Julie said some schools have gone back.
Yeah.
Kids have gone back to school.
Yeah.
So that helped. We went midweek. We went from Monday to Friday. I saw as today we were going out in the morning, and even as the week got on, Wednesday and Thursday, it started getting a little busier and busier. So I suspect, we were talking about this morning, that the weekend, like anywhere else, right? But the weekend will be stupid busy this time of year. But maybe this, I don't know. I'm assuming this is their peak season. But if you want to come and avoid too much of the crowds and the rush, come during the week. But like I said, that probably goes without saying for anywhere. What else? Oh, nighttime. Abby and I took a walk in the strip last night before we went for a dip in the pool, and
It was really nice.
the weather was great. But I found at nighttime, this was like, keep in mind, this is 9:30 at night. It was busier than the daytime. Like foot traffic on the sidewalks and going into stores and everything. Maybe because it was such a beautiful night, but it was busy. And I think I recall that too when we were coming down from Anakista. That was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and we still thought it was pretty busy. So maybe because it's so hot there, that a lot of people go out in the evening. Who knows? But anyways, anything else that I missed for a wrap up of Gatlinburg?
I don't think so.
No.
Can't think of anything.
Okay, if you have any questions, we would love to answer all your questions. If you have any questions of where we stayed or other stuff
Q&A.
that we can't think of, throw your question down in the comments below, and I will do my best, like always, to answer. We did the same thing for our out East Coast trip when we went out east last year. A lot of people asked different questions about it, and we got back to you in a timely manner, and we answered all the questions that we could have, right? So any questions, put it down in the comments down below, and we will see you on the next one. We're going back to camping next week. We'll bring back some more camping vibes. See you later. Bye-bye.